Hey everybody, today let's talk a little bit about additions. So you need to be really careful when you're buying or when you're evaluating a property where there's been an addition added onto that property. A couple of easy ways that you might notice is if somebody tells you a property's 1 square footage and you look up on the county records and it's showing much less, there's a good chance that the original structure was that lower number, and with the additions is what they're telling you the new square footage is. Or after you get to know a neighborhood, someone tells you about a property and you're like, man, that is a lot bigger than most of the houses over there. Lots of times you're gonna see an addition, or hey, maybe you just notice when you get out to the property that something was added on here at some point. Can additions be okay?
Yeah.
But two things you really want to pay attention to. One, you rarely are going to get the same value for that added on square footage that you would for the original footprint. So you can't compare a property that's 2,000 square feet but has a big addition on it to one that the original footprint was 2,000 square feet. You just don't get the same value or the same price per square foot for those additions. So when you're evaluating those properties, make sure that you don't maybe give full credit for the same price per square foot. It's not that it doesn't have any value, it's just not going to be the same as one that's the original footprint. The other part, additions can be fine and they can be done very well. Lots of times they are not. Okay, we have a really good example here today of one that was not done well. All right, so if you look at this house, hopefully you guys can see it in here. All right, and as we come right down in here, you can see where this, all right, so they added on a slab. Now, when they poured this second slab here, okay, to extend the house, they should have tied into the original foundation. They should have done a few other things and made it solid. I don't know what exactly happened here, but I know a lot of it was not done very well. So this has gradually pulled away from the house and it started to sink and it started to lay over to one side, which once you build onto it, you redo all this siding and everything else. Now all that is moving with this portion of the house. The original footprint of this house is stable, it's quite flat, it really hasn't moved, but this addition part has moved. It is very difficult lots of times to tie in or to just come back in here and say, try to fix this foundation just to level this up to make it stay here, because it's always going to want to move a little bit different because it's not all one piece, it's not tied in there. Here's something else that we see in here, right? If you can see this guy right here, you see all those pieces and those cracks that started to come in there? Okay, that's all part of this addition. So either it's cracked over time or somebody already tried to come in and fix it, and I'm not really sure which one it is. But if we get in here and we try to put pressure on this and put some piers in here, this is going to continue to crack and it's going to continue to break. We're never going to get it to set level with the original foundation and just be able to fix it from there. Sometimes they're pier and beam, this one happens to be a slab addition, whatever it is. Be really careful when you buy additions, make sure you put the right value on them and make sure that it's either something that was done really well or something that can be easily repaired. Or like in this house, you're gonna end up with a subtraction because all of this, we're gonna end up taking all of this out and starting over. And I don't know if we'll leave it as the original footprint or we'll bring in another addition, but all this has to come off because it's the only way that it's gonna be right or it's gonna be a problem for years and years and years, and we're never going to get it fixed. So be careful when you're buying additions. Make sure that you're giving the right value for that property. Check the area. You can always check the county records to see if there's any information there. It might tell you if it's an addition. And over time, with your experience, you're gonna learn to spot them pretty quick. And is that addition, was it done well? Has it moved? And can it be fixed? So keep an eye out for additions. I hope this helps. If we can do anything for you, give us a shout, 210-201-6644, or through the website, sellmysanantoniohouse.com.